Jake was a lonely boy who lived on a farm with his parents. He had no friends at school and spent most of his time reading books and playing video games. He dreamed of having an adventure and seeing the world. One night, he was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, when he heard a loud noise outside. He got up and looked out the window. He saw a bright light in the sky, followed by a loud crash. He grabbed his flashlight and ran outside. He followed the trail of smoke and fire until he reached the edge of the cornfield. There, he saw a large metal object that looked like a spaceship. It was badly damaged and smoking. Jake approached it cautiously, wondering if anyone was inside. He heard a faint moan from inside the spaceship. He climbed over the debris and peered into the cockpit. He saw a creature that looked like nothing he had ever seen before. It had green skin, large black eyes, pointed ears, and 4 arms. It was wearing a silver suit and a helmet with wires attached to it. It was bleeding from several wounds. Jake felt a surge of fear and curiosity. He wondered if the creature was friendly or hostile. He wondered if it could speak or understand him. He wondered what it was doing on Earth. He decided to help it. He took off his jacket and wrapped it around the creature's wounds. He tried to lift it out of the spaceship, but it was too heavy for him. "Help!" he shouted. "Someone help me!" He hoped that his parents would hear him and come to his aid. But no one came. Instead, he heard another noise from behind him. He turned around and saw a group of men in black suits and sunglasses. They were holding guns and radios. They looked like agents from a spy movie. They surrounded him and the spaceship. "Who are you?" Jake asked nervously. "We're from the government," one of them said. "We're here to take care of this situation." "What situation?" Jake asked. "The alien situation," another one said. They pointed their guns at Jake and the creature. "Step away from the alien," they ordered. Jake felt a surge of anger and defiance. He knew that they were not here to help, but to harm. He knew that they would take away the creature and do terrible things to it. He shook his head. "No," he said. "He's not an alien. He's my friend." He hugged the creature protectively. The agents looked at each other in disbelief. "Are you crazy, kid?" one of them said. "That thing is dangerous. It could kill you." "No, he won't," Jake said. "He's hurt and scared. He needs help." The creature opened its eyes and looked at Jake with gratitude. It reached out one of its arms and touched Jake's face gently. It spoke in a soft voice that sounded like music. "Thank you," it said. Jake smiled. "You're welcome," he said. The agents were stunned. "He can talk," one of them said. "He can understand us," another one said. "What does he want?" another one said. The creature looked at them with fear and sadness. "I want to go home," it said. Jake felt a surge of sympathy and sadness. He knew how it felt to be alone and lost. He looked at the agents with defiance and determination. "Please," he said. "Let him go home." The agents looked at each other in doubt and confusion. They lowered their guns slightly. They didn't know what to do. Meanwhile, Jake's parents had heard the commotion outside and had gotten out of bed. They grabbed their shotguns and ran outside to see what was going on. They saw their son surrounded by men in black suits, holding a strange creature in his arms. They saw the spaceship in their cornfield, burning and smoking. They saw the guns pointed at their son and the creature. They were shocked and scared. They raised their shotguns and aimed at the men in black suits. "Hey!" Jake's father shouted. "What are you doing to our boy?" "Stay back," one of the agents shouted back. "This is a matter of national security." "Bullshit," Jake's mother shouted back. "This is our land. You have no right to be here." "We have every right," another agent shouted back. "This is an alien invasion. We're here to protect you." "Protect us from what?" Jake's father shouted back. "That thing doesn't look like it's hurting anyone." "It's an alien," another agent shouted back. "It could be carrying diseases. It could be a spy. It could be a weapon. It's a friend." Jake shouted back. "He's not here to harm anyone. He's here by accident. He wants to go home." "Home?" Jake's mother shouted back. "Where is his home?" "Another planet," Jake shouted back. "He came from another planet." Jake's parents looked at each other in disbelief. They looked at the creature in Jake's arms. They looked at the spaceship in their cornfield. They looked at the men in black suits with guns. They didn't know what to believe. They didn't know what to do. The standoff continued for several minutes. No one moved or spoke. Everyone was tense and nervous. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the air. Everyone looked up and saw a huge spaceship hovering over the farm. It was shaped like a disc and had bright lights all over it. The spaceship sent a beam of light down to the cornfield. The beam lifted the damaged spaceship and the creature inside it. Jake felt the creature slip out of his arms. He looked at it with sadness and hope. "Goodbye," he said. "Goodbye," the creature said. The creature smiled at Jake and waved one of its arms. The beam pulled the creature and the spaceship up to the larger spaceship. The spaceship flew away into the night sky. Jake watched it go until it disappeared from sight. He felt a mix of emotions: relief, joy, sorrow, wonder. He turned to his parents and the agents. They were all speechless and stunned. They didn't know what to say or do. But before they could react, another beam of light came down from the spaceship. It hit Jake and lifted him up into the air. Jake felt a surge of fear and excitement. He didn't know what was happening or where he was going. He looked down at his parents and the agents. They were all shouting and pointing at him. They looked scared and angry. He looked up at the spaceship. He saw a window open and the creature's face appear. It looked happy and friendly. It gestured for Jake to come closer. It spoke in its musical voice. "Come with me," it said. "I'll show you my home." Jake smiled and nodded. He felt a sense of adventure and curiosity. He decided to go with his friend. He decided to see another world.